the greatest warrior, the greatest friend, and the greatest man I will ever know.
What an honor and what a legendary giant of a man Phillip Campas was and is.
And I promise you, every member of this SWAT team wishes they could be like Phillip.
In front of God, country, and his family.
Phil, I know you never got to hear the words, but I love you, and I'll see you soon. I love you, and I miss you. Semper Fidelis, brother.
And good evening, and thanks for joining us for this special edition of 17 News. I'm Alex Fisher, in for Jim Scott.
And I'm Tammy Melchuk. After nearly 2 weeks of mourning the loss of a local hero, our community came together one final time to remember the life of fallen KCSO Deputy Phillip Campas.
Inside the Mechanics Bank Arena, the lights were dimmed and there was a thin blue line surrounding law enforcement. Today's memorial service was a tribute to the man coworkers, friends, and family called Superman. They said he was someone with an infectious smile and occasionally on the lookout for black and tan ice cream.
We have team coverage of today's memorial service. 17's Marco Torres with the law enforcement turnout from around the country. Moses Small with the outpouring of community support. But we begin with 17's Eytan Wallace with more on the emotional service for Deputy Phillip Campas. Eytan?
Well, Tammy and Alex, through tears and through laughter, those who spoke at today's service remembered Campas as a standout not just for his achievements within the Kern County Sheriff's Department, but also as a dedicated friend, son, and father. The service beginning with this somber procession. The flag-draped casket carrying the late Deputy Phillip Campas escorted into Mechanics Bank Arena as thousands looked on and saluted, including law enforcement officers from across the state. A large turnout for a man whose speakers remembered with affection and respect.
This man did more in 35 years than most of us will ever do in a lifetime. And he did everything exceptionally well.
What a dang legendary giant of a man Phillip Campas was and is.
Those who served with Campas saying he died a hero.
Phil sacrificed his life doing what he always does, leading from the front. Not a day will go by that I won't think of you. Not a second will go by that I won't miss you. To the greatest Marine, the greatest warrior, the greatest friend, and the greatest man I will ever know. I'll see you on the other side. You'll always be on the life plan. I love you. Goodbye, brother.
But with the sadness also came a celebration of Campas's life, remembering the good times, like when the Marine veteran took part as a leader for the Devil Pups, a program that teaches teens and potential future Marines teamwork, toughness, and citizenship.
I wanted to see him go out there and just like slay these kids, right? And he did. He went out there and just started, hey, you go over there. Now come back here. Now go over there and come back here. Oh, I can't do it. It's his voice. I miss that voice.
The service also included a bagpipe tribute. A slideshow accompanied with music. You should be here. No, you should be. And an official end of watch call that went out across the radio.
Alpha 20, you are cleared to end of watch. Thank you for your service. Rest easy, sir. We have the watch from here.
The ceremony concluding with friend Juan Trevino reading a thank you from Campas's widow, Christina Campas.
In closing, I ask you to remember to honor all of the brave men and women who choose every day to risk their lives to protect ours. Like Phillip, they are our heroes.
Now, there were hundreds, if not more than 1,000 officers in attendance. They represented departments from across the state, from as far south as San Diego to as far north as Sacramento and everywhere in between. Now, dozens of dignitaries, including Congressman David Valadao, Attorney General Rob Bonta, and all 5 supervisors were on hand, and State Senator Shannon Grove, which goes to show just the impact Campas left on this community. Campas leaves behind his wife, Christina, 2 daughters, a stepson, and his parents. He was 35 years old. Reporting in studio, Eytan, Wallace, 17 News.
Thank you. And following today's memorial service, a procession was held with local law enforcement escorting Deputy Campas's body to be laid to rest. Only law enforcement vehicles were allowed in the procession, and traffic along the route beginning eastbound on Truxton Avenue before headed south to Bear Mountain Boulevard. The procession ended at the Bakersfield National Cemetery, where a private funeral ceremony was held with friends, family, and fellow law enforcement officers all in attendance.
Deputy Campas was born January 23rd, 1986. Growing up with his sister and parents, Campas would eventually graduate from East Bakersfield High School with honors in 2004. That's where he fell in love with football, serving as quarterback his sophomore year. He would follow in his father's footsteps and enlist in the U.S. Marine Corps in 2005. While in the Marines, Campas was deployed to Afghanistan and eventually became a drill instructor. He was awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Marine Corps Drill Instructor Ribbon, and numerous other medals throughout his military career. Campas married Christina Nicole Vargas in 2011, joining her and her son, Eli, to start a family before fathering 2 girls, Camilla Rose and Annalisa Marie May. He was honorably discharged in 2015 and joined KCSO shortly afterward. He began as a patrol deputy and wore many hats over the past 6 years, serving on the Honor Guard as a physical training instructor, a recruitment officer, and a SWAT team member. It was while serving on the SWAT team that he was shot and killed by a suspect on July 25th, 2021. Kern County continues to mourn the death of Deputy Campas, and community members say his legacy will never be forgotten here in Kern County. 17's Moses Small has the story. Moses?
Alex, Sammy, good afternoon. It was a huge law enforcement memorial, but one of the biggest themes of today's service was that Phillip Campas's heroism wasn't limited to his work as a sheriff's deputy. Take a look. Kern County gave Phillip Campas a hero send-off, thousands flocking to the Mechanics Bank Arena in downtown Bakersfield to show their support during a solemn memorial service.
These men and women run towards bullets. They run towards danger. There have been end-of-watch deaths, and everyone is tragic. But this particular one, and the way this happened, I think has really ignited the community.
State Senator Shannon Grove says his legacy is much larger than a badge.
Officer Campas was a hero. He trained a lot of these officers that came through the academy. He served our country in the United States Marine Corps. He's a cowboy, so he rode on properties around our area, and we need to come out and honor his life and his heroism.
Campas served in the Marine Corps for a decade, including a deployment to Afghanistan before becoming a sheriff's deputy. The Devil Pups showing their support for a fallen brother-in-arms.
When we lose a brother, it means a lot. There's no safe way to guarantee that you're going to go home every day. These guys risk their lives. Every day they go out on patrol.
If there is any good news, it's the unity in remembering a hero who gave the ultimate sacrifice. In downtown Bakersfield at the Mechanics Bank Arena, Moses Small, 17 News.
All right, Moses, thank you. The community has been paying homage to Deputy Phillip Campas since his passing. A look at some of the other memorials and events in his honor just ahead. Plus this.
The Biden plan is moving the country forward.
But some say that new economic numbers don't really reflect the full impact of the pandemic. That's ahead at 3:30.
And how our current COVID-19 case numbers measure up against the height of the pandemic.
And we continue our coverage of today's tributes to fallen Deputy Phillip Campas when we come back.